What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the role of PR in SEO. So this is something that I actually found out by accident by the true power of PR, because in the SEO space, a lot of times we think PR is just press releases, but this is when the flu hit in 2020, and basically one of our clients in New Jersey that we work with, they actually went out and gave free food and I believe like basically goodies, and just gave away like decent amount of like stuff, like, you know, like it's like food for weeks and weeks and weeks for many familiys. Okay, and in doing so they actually got caught into the local news channel, right? It's not like a reporter was there, and then they had to explain what they're doing, what's going on. They had like trucks filled with food and just giving it out and stuff like that, whatnot. And this spread to become a whole national thing. Like they were on TV and everything like that. And that was my first time accidentally I got to find out the power you could have where a company, what it looks like if it goes completely famous. They became famous. The owner became famous. He became known as one of the companies that really helped out, or he just became known. People knew who he was and the company name across his entire area. Anyways, from there I learned that, real PR, not just press releases like many SEOs think, can go a very big distance. Now, what I just mentioned here could seem like, not in the realistic sense for most companies who's going to go out and create this kind of story or give out, hand out food or something. But what you have to realize is there's actually ways to engineer things like this that can go hand in hand with things that you already do. For example, we have emulated this with a few companies. One of them was in Jacksonville, Florida, which they were already doing an event once a year where they would give out a free roof, right? It was like one of these like lottery things, and they would pick like probably a smaller roof or something like that, but it would still give it out, and a free roof, whatever. They had this thing going on, and it would get a lot of attention because a lot of people want the free roof. But one step further, we're able to take it by actually distribute that in local news channels, in a lot of press releases, like SEO's favorite thing, but also embedded in many other like channels of this kind, and also through affiliates like supply houses, other contractors, gutter contractors. I think they reached out to a few electricians, stuff like that around the area, and basically got them involved in some way, shape, or form that we are giving this away. If you know anybody, you can pass it on. We will give it take priority for your customers, that can sign up for this, because everybody who needs an electrician also happens to live in a house that has a roof, etc., etc. My point is, it can be really taken far, especially if you're already doing something that can be put in a way that there's a story to it, right? Many things you can take it and make it a little bit more, I'm not going to use the word exaggerated, but really detail it out, and many people who don't know you will actually think it's a big idea. I just wanted to start off with that, a context on how something, a little story, can become big and energized, and you would be surprised if it can really take a hold, what it can do to your local presence. Backlinks is one of the most important in our philosophy. It is actually more than half the battle, especially nowadays in a world of AI and all this ways to churn out hundreds of articles. Google is placing a lot of weight on quality. So if you think about acquiring backlinks, most agencies don't even do a manual approach to getting quality backlinks, but if you are doing that, you can think about PR or being PR worthy as a way of offer. Just like in sales, if you have a good offer, it's easier to convince people and sell them. In PR, if you have a good story, it's easier to convince those companies that are actually authoritative to mention your company, because they're not going to just mention everybody. Number two thing that can help with SEO is going to be brand mentions. In 2024, branding is a huge part of SEO. And by branding, I mean literally the number of people who know you. One of the hardest things to gain is brand mentions. They're very good at telling who are actually people locally available, actually people who've been living there for some time. And if they happen to come search your company organically and come find you and then call you or take actions on your site or spend time on your Google profile, that's a very powerful signal. There's only few things that can skyrocket that, something like a very well executed PR campaign, because in a very short amount of time you can get lots of eyeballs to come to you. Doesn't matter if they're all looking to get a roof in the market, it's going to skyrocket what Google categorizes you and what level they think and how serious they take your business, and going to put you up a notch, quite literally, in rankings. Last but not least, I would say it does put a spotlight on your reputation. So if you do a PR campaign and a lot of people know you, and what they know happens to be good, it's very easy to get a lot of reviews from these people. They already have a level of trust with you, right? Because you have that campaign going on. And then if you want to ask them for reviews, if you want to ask them for video testimonials, they're much more inclined to do that because they feel like they worked with the best. Right? Already when your sales guy came in the house, they were like, oh yeah, I saw you guys here. Oh, weren't you guys the company that did this? Yeah, I saw that. I came across this. I heard that somewhere, whatever it may be. These would be the three big things, right? The last but not least, if I had to put something, I would say it gives you a lot of more authority to talk about your content, right? Like if you are normally writing about just, how to choose a roofer, asphalt shingle versus metal, all these kind of topics. If you have something PR worthy, you can take that content and for months and months and months, your team or your SEO agency, whoever you're working with, can use that topic to create content that's going to help boost rankings because they get better CTRs, which is click-through rate. When you're going viral in PR, you'll be in that section, pretty much for at least a couple of days at a time. If you're in that section, you can use that same story to get different segments and make content about that. How did you guys get there? What happened? What is the experience? What did you learn? What it says about your company? And create content about it and make it a big lasting effect. Because sometimes it's hard to hold on to that initial hype you get from PR over long periods of time. It's generally used to capitalize really at that time, almost like a hailstorm, but in a marketing sense, and then make sure it has a lasting effect on your business. Hope that makes sense. This is how I would go about it to utilize PR for SEO for a roofing company.